Ahoy gamers and welcome back to Path of Exile 2 Hardcore Solo Southbound, only using the Gamble Merchant. We continue the series playing as a sorceress as we make our way through Act 2. We take on the first hyena boss, wasn't too dangerous. We then move on and we take on the traitor within the mines. We have a few close calls, especially as we get to the gates of Halani to continue through Act 2. So without further ado, let's jump on in. And we are back in Path of Exile 2. Took a couple of days off just to spend some time with the missus. We're back in Path of Exile 2 playing through as a hardcore solo self-found. With a twist, we're only allowed to use the Gamble Merchant and any currencies we find on the floor. So currently we've got ourselves some okay-ish gear. It's not the best, but hey, it's all we've been able to find through the Gamble Merchant. It's all definitely Act 1 gear. We definitely need to upgrade it. So as you can see, we're now in Act 2. We finished this last episode. We got to this act last episode. We're focusing as a sorceress, mainly going down the fire magic route. So far so good. We do need to work on our survivability a little bit because we are still quite squishy, but that's normally what sorceresses are. As you see here, we've got this fire orb, and we're just using this inferno skill, incinerate skill I should say, just to take down as many mobs as possible. And a new skill gem, nice. Not really any, we upgrade our for Ice Nova. So we use the Ice Nova, it will regenerate our shield quicker because we've got a support gem in it. We want to run past as many of these mobs as possible. We are using SRS, Summon Raging Spirit, with as our main spirit gem. And as you can see, while we are quite squishy, as you see just then we almost died. This is the only twist with this compared to our last attempt at Path of Exile 2 Gamble Merchant only, is that we are allowing ourselves to buy basic flasks from the shop. It's the only difference. So we have to still upgrade the flasks ourselves. So we can't use any we find on the floor or buy any upgraded ones from the merchant. We can only buy the basic ones, and we have to spend the currencies to upgrade them. Because if we didn't do this, our builds were just going to be so shoehorned. We'd had to get certain gems or had to get certain like mana leech or health leech just to survive. It was just too difficult. So this is the only way to allow us to try different builds out without just being a pure melee build. But so far, so good. And obviously, we're making our way through Act 2 here. And hopefully today, we want to be able to get ourselves to the gates of Halani. So for us to get there, we need to do this first area, take out the first boss, which is the big hyena. We have to go to the mines, find the traitor in the mines, free the traitor in the mines, make our way to the gates of Halani. And once we're at the gates of Halani, we'll then take on... we probably won't take on the traitor today. I like to over-level and try and take on the traitor, because it is quite a tough fight. I have died to it a couple of times. And we'll try and at least take on and do the full gates. So if I open the map here, so we're over here now. Gates of Halani over here. I'm not sure where the mine's going to be. So mines are probably over here somewhere. Do the mines. Do the traitor's passage to the gates. And we'll get through the gates. As per usual, we'll probably jump back in when we get to this first boss in this area. Unless something bad happens. And by the looks of it, we are losing a lot of HP. But we should be able. As long as I dodge a lot, we should be okay. And I'll quickly show you where we are in the skill tree as well. So we've got ourselves all of these shield upgrades. Now we're making our way. We need to get a little bit more damage. So we're going to grab Breath of Fire next. We're going to make our way up here. Grab this one. Grab these. Then from there, I have no idea where we're going to go. If I'm going to be perfectly honest. I like to give ourselves a little bit more survivability. That wouldn't be a bad one to go for. So going down here, increase cast speed to get this one. Chaos resistance cast speed, that would be good. Or even making a way to get armor and max movement speed and energy shield would be quite nice as well. That might be quite good to go for. But I've not thought about where we're going to go next. We'll jump back in when we get to the hyena boss. And it didn't take us long. We're now at the hyena boss. So we want to take on these hyenas here. Obviously need to remember to drop a flame wall because even though it's fire, my incinerate still counts as a projectile, I believe, and it will cause the it will a bonus off the flame wall. Here we go, drop the flame wall as per usual, a couple of these orbs. We just want to keep moving as much as we can. Obviously there's the boss. We want to try and keep moving side to side here. That can one-shot us. It has at least one-shot my characters in the past. Okay, just keep dropping fire orbs down on him. When he starts moving, there we go. Drop a flame wall and then hold down left click, incinerate. Okay, let's try and keep moving here. Flame wall, a couple of these. There you go, one big hit now. Dodge. Okay, didn't quite dodge that, but that's fine. Didn't do as much damage as I thought it would, and this should be him going down. There we go. So we do a lot of damage. We're just not very survivable at the moment, but that's completely fine. Everything will die as it runs towards me. Just grab any of these that might sell for some money. There we go. So we do need as much money as possible, and let's head back to town. And there we go. Hooded one's over here. Let's quickly identify our gear. That's the one button. There we go. If you hold down Control left click, you automatically identify your gear. Yeah, level 5 skill gem. Let's quickly use you on something random. Arc. There we go. That'll do. So we're going to move on to the next area. So now we've unlocked the. I would normally disenchant these, but we need the money more in this run. And there we go. That'll do. Into the caravan. You can then run through the caravan. There will be a gamble merchant at the end of the caravan. I can't remember what is it. Risu in this map. It's not. In the first map, it's always Finn. This map is, I believe it is Risu. Oh, Risu, we have to rescue her before we can talk to her. That's fine. Talk to Miss Asala, or Chicken Tikka Masala, I like to call her. Talk to her a couple times. There we go. We can now teleport. This is where we will be finishing the episode. We're going to make our way down to these mines down here, or the quarry. This area is quite fun, to be honest. It is quite a tough boss we'll come across as well. Lots of fire damage, so we need to be careful with our resistances, but that looks okay for the time being. Once again, we can't buy anything, so we're just going to have to keep pushing on until we unlock their Risu, who we will get in the next map. So we're in these mines, this quarry now, then in the next area, because there is a little war cache here which can give us some good items. And in this Mardoon mine down here, there'll be a boss. I'll show you quickly what this area looks like and what the mobs are like as well. I do this every single time I get into a new area. I'll just quickly show you what it's all about. So a lot of this is all melee focused. So as long as I drop enough damage down and slowly walk backwards, we should be okay. SRS is really useful, these Raging Skulls that come out of my Incinerate skill. They do help holding back the enemies, so they can't just run straight to them. I think they do block, or body block the enemies. You've got to be careful here. Assault Flayer, he is a rare. A big old bit of rock. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Let's try and avoid his attacks. And there we go. Easy. And more gear there we can sell. Level 5 Spirit Gem, that's useful. Although it's not that useful. And never mind. So this is what this map's all about. It's not really going to change very much. There's a couple flying locusts. There we go. Talk of the locusts. They're called Plague Harvesters. They're quite cool. They just jump over scenery. Yeah, we'll see you when we actually get to the mine itself. And here we are. We didn't find the war chest, war cache, anywhere in that quarry. So we're going to go ahead straight down to the mine. We did level up, however, so we got ourselves towards this intelligence point here. So we're going to grab this Breath of Fire at some point. We're going to probably grab Exploit the Elements, which can get a huge damage increase against mobs that are inflicted with our elemental ailments. So I believe that our Incinerate will set them on fire. So it's, yes, ignite enemies, and yeah, there we go. So we will set the enemies on fire. So it makes more sense for us to do more damage against those that are on fire. Because Incinerate's going to be my main attack for a while now. You see how much damage it's already doing. It does burn through most mobs. It's just a shame we do move a little bit slower. So if we can increase that damage, we will be in a really good place. So obviously the only problem is that we are quite vulnerable while we're holding left click down and spraying them with the fire, the Jesus Beam, the Incinerate. However, we should be okay. And here is... So the mobs in this area are slightly different than in the area above. See, ignore the mobs now because these are all based on that pack. On that strong box we just opened. And then this guy should be relatively simple. He is on fire. He's taking a fair bit of damage now. And Bleach Eye, down you go. Bop, there we go. So we've always got full inventory now, I believe. Yeah, now we've got full inventory. Okay, there's more mobs left. Of course there is. There we go. Okay, we've got some gear here. We're going to quickly go sell all this, and we'll jump back in when we get to the boss. I think. I don't think the mines are going to be that dangerous. So yeah, we'll just run to the boss. We can't do any buying until we save Risu, who is in that cave. And here is the boss of the mines. So it's Rudjar, the engineer. So definitely want as much fire resistance here as possible. She does only really do fire damage. However, you should be okay if you just keep walking around in circles, to be perfectly honest. She'll do a big hit in a second. It's like she'll throw a load of grenades out at you. And then when she's chasing you like this, you definitely want to avoid her attacks, because that happens. And yes, you want as much health and you want to avoid all of those attacks when she decides to go into melee. Just keep rolling here. Go on, down she goes. She should start attacking me or chasing me in a second. There we go. She's going to start chasing me in a second. Or not, okay, that's fine. And then going to hold down, there we go, she's down. That wasn't too bad. The defector is down. Spin, spin, spin. Mainly because I want the loot that she'll drop. There we go, level 6 uncut skill gem, we'll take that. Bit of gold there as well. It's level 6, there's flame walls in, or we can upgrade, that's fine. And Risu's now saved, which now allows us to gamble a little bit here. So we're going to go and see if we can buy ourselves. What are we missing? So that is level 15, 10. Let's see if we can get ourselves. I'm quite happy with our belt. I think maybe we can see if we can get ourselves a new ring to replace this one. That'd be nice. First we want to sell all this gear here. Once again, I know there's a few superiors there, but we have a lot of currencies in the bank, so we should be okay to sell some of these currencies. And throw everything into here. As I said, throw everything into here. Risu will be up here talking to Asala. Thank you. Then you should be able to trade with her now. There you go, buy and sell. So you can see that the look of all these staffs and items have all changed a little bit here. But we want to get ourselves this one, energy shield. Let's get ourselves a new armor. We can buy a few of these. There we go. So if any of these are any good. Max energy shield. Okay, that's not bad, but not what we need. Yeah, that's fine. We try to buy something good. Let's see if we can get some new gloves as well. Random gloves here. And attack speed goes up. Fire resistance goes up. Fire damage. Critical damage bonus. Ooh, I don't think I crit though. That's the only problem. No, I don't think we want that. Nope, we don't want that. That is a shame. We can now at least move to the next area, which is the Trail of Corruption. And waiting for the door to drop. Should be here on the left hand side. There we go. So we're going to do the Gates of Halani area and take on the boss at the very end. If you don't know what you do here, you just walk up here. Asala will want to talk to you. It's fine, nice and easy. Talk to Asala. You can then go back to the caravan. Then you can move to the next area. And the next area being... It's annoying that you start so far away, but that's fine. Then I think you go for the Traitor's Passage, I think it's called. Okay, we didn't talk to that person, that's fine. There you go, Traitor's Passage. Should now be able to leave here. And sorry, usually if you heard that, my cat is chasing flies, so I've got all my windows open. My cat is a little bit of a hunter. Right, so we're very close to leveling, and we'll just show you what these mobs are like. There's loads of little spiders, I say little spiders, there's loads of spiders that attack us here. They're not that dangerous. They can rout you in place. Root you in place, not rout you in place. Got these ranged guys here. They're not that dangerous either. They do a big kind of like breathing spell. It's easily telegraphed. You can just walk away from it. Yeah, awesome. Let's give ourselves these. More fire penetration, which means they'll just take even more damage, which is nice. Because Act 2, some of the mobs have a higher natural fire resistance, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. And so this area has a load of mobs, which is fine, but it also does have a boss, which is the traitor. So I'll press M here. This boss here, Baal Balaba, very strong boss. I wouldn't recommend, because this area is a level 19 area, wouldn't recommend going straight to that boss. It is quite a tough boss, so if you can avoid it, definitely avoid it if you can. And then come back to it after you've done the Gates of Helani. It's just because the boss can be a bit problematic. So we'll do this little spirit, and then we'll jump back in when we actually get to the Gates of Helani. I'll probably show you the entire route of the Gates of Helani. You may run through it a couple times off camera just to level up. Let's see where this is taking us. There you go, so I'm guessing it's going to be in this pack here somewhere. There's the rare. Let's just try and roll away. There you go, nice and easy. Another rare, which is another bit of money. That's another 200 gold or so. So it might be enough money to now buy another armor piece from the gamble merchant. But once again, we're going to probably save up till we get about 10,000 gold. Yeah, that's going to be a safe bet. Yeah, we'll jump back in when we get to the Gates of Helani. So we'll see you shortly. And we're back in the Gates of Helani. And we are now level 21. So I have just quickly cleared this once through already. Just because I want to get a little more experience. This will be the run where we finish the Gates of Helani area. And we'll finish this episode. As long as we beat the boss. If we don't beat the boss, then I'll just remake a new character. But I don't know. We'll see. So there's a boss at the very end. I can't remember what the boss is called. We did have some difficulty beating some of the side boss in this area. The guy with a lot of spears. It was quite difficult. These guys have a very high amount of fire resistance, so it's a bit tedious fighting them, but hey, it's fun. Everything dies eventually. And the main mobs of this area are either these ant boulders, or boulder ants. These Fardoon enemies. These are just normal soldiers. And then you've got some terracotta soldiers in this area as well. They're a very high amount of fire resistance. If you try and go down all the little side areas, because we essentially just follow in the path or the road that the caravan's taken. We just have to open gates for the caravan. As you can see, the caravan just there. So we're essentially just following the caravan. As it follows it down, the path is very much linear, so you just want to keep following it down. If you do any of these side paths, there's quite a lot of mobs to take care of, and a little bit of loot. So you can see there's loads of terracotta warriors there on the left hand side. So if we go inside there, it'll wake a lot of the terracotta warriors up, and then we get to just kill more mobs, more experience, more levels. You just walk in here, loads of them will wake up, and just, if you're a mob like a character like me who wants to keep a range, just slowly walk backwards. There's our level up. So that is now our fire resistance all the way up, and we've got a little bit more strength. Strength is always nice. It gives us a little bit more HP. So we're now at 400 HP, which is a large amount of HP, which is nice. We're going to jump back in when we get to the mini boss in this area. Quite a tough mini boss. So we definitely want to show him. Unless it could actually be very close. The mini boss is normally within the first or second area, so we are quite close. We may just keep going. Yeah, you know what? We'll just keep going. That's if the mini boss is in this area. I could be wrong. Okay, gotta be careful there. This mini boss has the ads that he has aren't that difficult, but he himself is a big spear boy. And each time you stab you with a spear, it just does a load of damage. You just need to be on point and try to avoid his attacks, I guess. I'm trying to think of the telegraphed attacks, that's the one. Okay, I want to be careful here. Took a bit of damage there. There you go, this is fine. We can now run back through. Here we go. Here's the side boss. There he is. Lim the Impaler. Just try and keep your distance. And annoyingly, when I put the fire orbs down, I can't actually see if he's doing anything. Like it covers his model. Okay, this looks fine. Okay, move a little bit here. And he is down. Perfect. Got a ruby ring. Obviously, we can't use that. We've got a skill gem. Yep. Okay. We can use this on the Nova because we do actually have Nova equipped. And just like that, we'll see you when we get to the final boss. And here we go. This will be the end of today's episode as we take on this boss, the Risen King. And we're just going to wing it. Hope for the best. Just need to keep moving as much as possible. The fact I can use potions is quite nice. So I've not been able to use potions on any of these Game Boy only characters before. Okay, let's see if we can avoid this. They want to get inside that circle. Don't mind. Took a bit of damage there, but that's fine. Okay, let's keep throwing down my fire orbs. Definitely try and heal myself. Oh, that was dangerous. I should have just seen that lightning attack coming. No, it's annoying that he keeps pushing me around. There we go. Let's try and get back into this. Take a lot of damage from that. That's fine. And come on, he's almost down. Okay, he's getting angry. Let's stand underneath her. I think this would be a bubble. There we go. Should be safe here. We should be able to tank this. I can't quite tank this. Okay. Oh, that was a bit that was a bit dangerous. Just had to spam my health potions there. That's fine. Yeah, down the stairs. And then we just have to keep running. Realise there's a sand block. And that will be that. So that'll be us. That'll be us. Return to the caravan. I think we okay. So yeah, we'll end this episode here. So made this far, thank you much for watching. We haven't made that much money. So we made I guess we have made a little bit of money, but not enough to go do a spending spree. So that'll be in the next episode as well. Hopefully we'll have enough money for that time. But yeah, if you made this far, thank you much for watching. And as per usual, we've got a couple of links in the description down below. Ooh, flammability. Flicks. No, okay, I think we're going to focus on Incinerate for the time being. Yeah, so if you made this far, thank you much for watching. We've got a couple of links down below. One is to Mrs Rothmers Channel. I didn't mean to. I wanted to sell them. One to Mrs Rothmers Channel called One Nerd of All Them All, which is all about fantasy lore. If you like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and some Warhammer lore, feel free to have a look over there. We also have a joint YouTube channel it's called Nerdy Miniatures, which is all about collecting the Warhammer tabletop games. We've got some Warcry, we've got some Age of Sigmar, we've got some Lord of the Rings stuff on there. And then finally, there's a Discord link down below. If you want to join the community, small community, slowly growing, you're more than welcome to join. So have a wonderful week, everyone, and we'll be back next week to continue this Path of Exile 2 Hardcore Solo Self-Found. But only using the Gamble Merchant. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and peace out.